Hey, what's going on, boys? Welcome back to another video. And before we get into the video today, I just want you guys to like, subscribe, share this thing out so me and the boys can get popping for real, and then we can all come up together. And then I'm gonna give you guys all types of shit, like kisses and hugs. But no, guys, let me know, is Stephen Curry actually making the case to be the league's front runner for MVP already? It's only game 2. And let me know, is Tyler Herro actually making a case to be the league's most improved player from last year? Let me know in the comments. Support. Check it out. Be active. Peace. So, segueing into NBA. First off, I want to go over. Curry is already in MVP talk, if you ask me. I don't think anybody's really.
I'm excited.
I don't think anybody's really just like, nobody's really just like etched out an MVP, road for themselves like this early.
I don't think in a long time.
I don't know, man. Curry's already coming out on fire. He's got 66 points in the last 2 games. Last game, I mean, we saw he started 10 for 10.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like, I mean, the guy's just like, he can shoot from anywhere. He's got to be, I don't know. On the last show, these guys tried to say that Clay was a better shooter than Curry.
Wait till Clay comes back. We got a month.
We got to see, okay, show me when Clay starts the game 10 for 10. And then I will maybe think about even arguing with you saying that he's a better shooter than Curry. But I will not waste my time arguing that until that happens because there's no way. There's no way.
Okay, look. What I see is Steph is just hungry because last season they did not do as well as they should have. You know what I'm saying? Like, look.
Clay was out.
No. I'm just talking about in general. Like, Steph didn't perform as well as he should have.
Oh. He did as much as he could.
Yeah.
With as much as he had.
And Andrew Wiggins, like, shit the bed. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I say.
But, okay, what about these calls? You know what I'm saying? What about these this new rule that they came up with this season?
Well, listen, the top rule, I saw it affected Curry his first game.
Yeah.
He scored 21 points. He said he played like garbage, but I saw it. They were knocking him around first quarter, and he was looking at the refs like everybody was. Yeah. I knew it. I was like, man, this first week is going to be hell for a lot of these guys.
Even in the preseason.
These guys are getting knocked around. They're looking around. They're like, what, no call? You know what I'm saying? Flailing their arms and stuff, trying to flop, no call. You know what I'm saying? And there's it's a soft league.
Yeah.
But I think
they're manning up for sure.
Oh yeah, no. All it's gonna take is a couple of months. Mm-hmm. All it's gonna take is a couple of months, and we're gonna get that OG basketball back. No, man. It's gonna be great. This is gonna be one of the best. It's the diamond season, man.
Oh my God.
It's the 75th anniversary. Like these guys are going crazy. And the ones that don't, like some of the greatest players like to ever play are in the league right now, and they haven't made the top 75. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of them are salty. So like it's gonna be interesting to see. It's gonna be interesting to see. It's Curry is averaging 33 points already. I know it's only been 2 games, but he's averaging 33 points throughout these next 2 games. But the game that they last played against the Clippers was one of the most classic games I'd probably like say. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Bledsoe 10 for 16. 22 points. Paul George, 5 threes, 12 for 23, 29 points.
He's great.
They're both great.
I'm proud of him because, everyone was, like I said a couple podcasts ago, everyone was calling him Pandemic P.
Yeah.
Now they're starting to accept him again.
Yeah, now they're starting to, see his greatness.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And like Paul George really is a great player.
I got him on fantasy. So.
And the Clippers are a very great team, if you ask me, too.
Yeah.
I mean, I would definitely say, a lot of people probably expected them to take like a huge step back. But Reggie Jackson was like 9 for like 21. Like really, it didn't have the greatest number, like 6 for 19. Mm-hmm. Didn't have the greatest numbers. Like they didn't play as good as they should have, and they were still in there with the Warriors. Now it's only like 2, 3 games. Yeah. 1 game in for a lot of people. Yeah. So we don't really know how these teams are really going to pan out. These could be, the 9th and 6th seed, 8 months from now.
I'm just excited to see them play in this well so early in the season,
Well, everybody's hungry, man. I mean, I think they missed the crowds, man. Yep. That's what they did.
That's what they needed. Sure.
If you think about last year, I mean, not a lot of people got to play in a full stadium.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's what they get. to your point, the tap rule it's gonna take some adjusting.
Yeah.
But I do think I'm glad that we get a little bit more contact in the sport because I think that's something that's been missing and something also that the players have been taking advantage of. Yeah. Because the ticky-tack fouls, nobody really likes it. It's not good.
It's annoying to watch. I'll say that.
It's annoying to watch, and it's bad for the flow of basketball, too.
I call them the foul, but...
Jesus Christ.
I will say this. Look, you watch Harden, you watch Kevin Durant, like all these stars that just go up for these shots. Even on the three-point line, I've seen Damian Lillard do it plenty of times where he tries to shoot it. Even Curry, we just said that, but... Look, Curry or any of those people I said, they'll go up for the shot and like just flail just to get something. And like it doesn't really make any sense to me that they like, even consider doing that. And I used to see LeBron do it back even before he was on the Heat, before he started flopping in general. I want to say this, look, this foul's been going on for at least 5 years. I want to say even longer than that, but I'll just give it an estimate at 5. And they really hadn't seen a problem with it until now. So.
I mean, the tap rule, just the ticky-tack fouls, they're definitely not good for the game. Yeah. And I think people are going to start, leaning into, this type of basketball more. I think, this is going to be, the players are going to, they probably don't like it now, but a lot of players that are sizable, a lot of players that are, big guys that can or defenders, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna lean into this basketball more. Yeah. You know what I mean? And defense is gonna win it this year.
For sure.
Yeah. That's why I have a lot of faith in the more defensive teams this year. Those are my favorites. I agree. Knicks and Celtics.
Yeah.
Double overtime game, man. And the Knicks are back. It's not that they're back. They're not back to, as good as they've really ever been. But
when have they ever been good? I'm just kidding.
Man, but I will say they're back to as good as we've seen them in the past probably 15, 20 years.
Oh, yeah. I will say
definitely 15, 20 years.
Bro.
Maybe.
And it's all because of Evan Fournier? No.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's all because of Evan Fournier. It's just they have a good team.
Yeah.
They have a great team. Right. Julius Randle dropped 35, 9 assists, 8 rebounds. I mean, definitely rounding out to be one of the better NBA players in the league, I would say. He's up there. He really fits what that city brings, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not the biggest, not the toughest, but it's just like, you're gonna grind it out, you're gonna give your effort every night.
Mm-hmm.
Team does it, he does it, they love it, they love him. It's refreshing to see, the Knicks get back to, as good as they are. Because I don't think a lot of people really pay attention to the fan base. And I don't think a lot of people really understand.
They got a cutthroat fan base.
Yeah, I mean, man, they got one of the wildest fan bases there is. And it's just like a lot of people don't understand what it's like the Garden packed.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying? I know that because, I grew up watching VHS tapes of Michael Jordan. My dad was a big Michael Jordan fan. But he used to pop into VHS tapes and it'd be Jordan in the Garden, Jordan against Phoenix in the finals, Jordan against the Pacers, Jordan against, you know what I'm saying? Anybody. But one thing I will say, like watching him versus the Knicks, I could see, you know what I'm saying? I could see the fan base and just the energy and like what it's like and what it meant to the city for their team to be that good.
Right. And even in last year, when the Hawks came in, Trae Young, he did his thing, which was cool.
I will say
they were still in there, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's cool to see. I like seeing that from fans.
Yeah.
I'm glad to see the Knicks are finally back to being one of the top tier, one of the top tier fan bases, you know what I'm saying? And they can really put it on display.
I can't wait to see the Knicks play the Hawks.
Yeah. Their front court is going to look good and different this year. You know what I'm saying? They still got D Rose coming off of the bench. They have Evan Fournier now. He dropped 32 points. You know what I'm saying? 6 of 13 from 3. The guy was just letting it go. And, man, the better he gets as a player,
the better off they'll be.
The better off they'll be. The only thing I would say that the Knicks really need and that they're going to suffer from this year is probably a good center. I don't think they're really, there at center. I think they have nobody that can bump and board with other teams, especially in the East. You got, the top teams in Brooklyn. I'll say, hey, when Brooklyn and when Brooklyn comes to town, they're gonna be in for it. And especially with this crowd, I think anybody could, get in front of these people and play out of their minds. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Speaking of them, I think if the Nets would have lost tonight, which we're recording this on the 22nd, if the Nets would have lost tonight, I think that Kyrie would have had to come back as soon as possible.
Oh.
Right now, I think they're doing okay without him. I think, in my opinion, obviously, they still need him because he was like, I want to say not the backbone, but he was what held them together pretty much. That big three, whatever you want to call it.
The Brooklyn Nets need Kyrie.
They do.
Urgently.
I will say that, but we'll see what they can do without him. They lost their first outing, and the second game, it was like they were down the whole game until the very end. They got a couple.
They damn near lost to Joel Embiid.
Oh my god!
And who else? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Thibault. I like Thibault. I do like Thibault, but it's just like, Thibault cannot be the reason you lose. But I will sit here and say this. Tobias Harris, like, a lot of people did not mention him this offseason. Like, they still got Tobias Harris. They still have Tobias Harris, and he is one of those guys. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And if he can prove to be, if he can fill the Ben Simmons-sized hole that they have in their team right now, then the 76ers can be better off than a lot of people think.
And he can shoot a little bit.
No, he can shoot a lot of it, man. Like, Tobias Harris is one of those guys.
More than Ben Simmons.
He can shoot more than Ben Simmons. He can look, Tobias Harris is an all-around player. Like, when you think about Kawhi, you think about LeBron, I'm obviously not comparing him to them. When you think about KD, I will not compare Tobias Harris to any three of those guys I named. But like the Jason Tatum type of player, you know what I'm saying? The guy that can get you a bucket from anywhere on the floor, that is Tobias Harris.
Okay. He's
just a little bit inconsistent.
Yeah.
On top of the fact that, his playmaking ability might not be as high as those other guys, but it's just like, his playmaking ability is also inconsistent. But I mean, you talk about, I mean, just somebody who can get you a bucket. He is that guy. And I think as good as he can be, is as good as the 76ers, as far as the 76ers can go.
So are you saying he'll get you a bucket half the time?
He'll get you a bucket a little bit more than half the time, but not very much more than that. No, I'm just kidding. But I don't know. The last thing I'll probably have to talk about has to be my Miami Heat.
Okay. Tyler Herro, first thing.
No, my God. I mean, first off, where do I start? Do I start with Giannis going 4 for 11 for 15 points?
That helped me.
I mean, do I start with Chris Middleton going 4 for 14?
Yeah.
1 of 6 from 3, 10 points. I mean, the defense really out-hustled. The offense outscored. I understand they're the reigning champs, but they went through a lot of injured teams.
Yeah.
The Bucks are not that, guys. Miami is.
Right.
The Bucks are not that. The Bucks are not that. They're not the second best team in the East. It is Miami.
The Heat.
You got Tyler Herro coming off the bench and leading the Heat in scoring. 10 of 18 from the field, 27 points. Damn, 9 of 13, 20 points, 13 rebounds. That's a double-double. We don't even have to talk about what Jimmy did, but just know he scored 20 points.
Yeah.
Kyle Lowry scored 5, and we beat them boys by 30.
The Heat are back.
30. The Heat are back. Not only are they back,
that's all I wanted to say. The Heat are back.
The Heat are back, and not only are they back, it's just like Tyler Herro is back, and you niggas in trouble. That's all I'm saying. You niggas in trouble. You niggas in trouble. You niggas in trouble. Hey, look, man. I don't know what to tell you guys. We will beat anybody. We can beat anybody. We can beat the Nets. We can beat the Knicks. We can beat anybody. We can beat anybody in the East. We can beat anybody in the West.
Okay.
It's just a matter of if we can stay healthy and make it to the finish line. Okay. Wait till Depot comes back. Wait till Kyle Lowry starts playing like he's out of his mind. We'll start beating you boys by 40, 50.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. That's all I gotta say. Go ahead.
Do you think Zion wants to trade?
Do I think Zion wants to trade? Yeah. He might want to trade. I saw something about his family. His family had came out saying something, and families leak a lot of shit.
Yeah.
I think Zion might want to trade, but it's just like he don't want to leave New Orleans. He wants to go to a different team and play basketball for a different team, but he does not want to leave that city. But New Orleans sucks, man. New Orleans, this is your last chance, I feel like. You're not gonna, not your last chance, but it's just like.
Last chance with him, I think.
You have a renowned player.
Yeah.
and Zion Williamson. We haven't really seen anybody in this small of a frame play quite as explosive and controlled and have such a mass, just you know what I'm saying, just dominant over really a lot of people, even people bigger than him.
Okay.
And it's just like, you want to see what this looks like in 5 years, I'm telling you. So, I mean, I don't care what you have to do, what you have to say. You have to bring in a third player, and you have to do it now. You have to do it now, man. You gotta bring somebody in that's gonna play with BI. You have to bring somebody in that's gonna play with Zion. Ben Simmons might be that guy. I mean, you never know, but you gotta understand, you guys are not in the East, y'all are in the West, man. And it's just like, if you don't hurry up and try to stack up, I mean, you're gonna find yourself out of the play-in. You're gonna find yourself in the lottery again. And you sit here and you sit here and you spend all these years being terrible or mediocre or whatever you want to say, you know, just not being that team.
Yeah.
Or one of those teams, to be exact. I mean, you can't beat the Spurs or they can't beat the Memphis Grizzlies. They can't beat anybody, really. The Memphis Grizzlies in a play-in. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. You won't even really get a chance to play in the play-in if you don't start winning games or get somebody else. Valanciunas is a good addition. BI, I don't know, man. A little bit inconsistent if you ask me, but all the makings in the world to be that KD. Yeah. I think what you need is a vet, because you haven't had a good vet in there for a minute. I
don't think anyone wants to go there.
I don't think anybody. I mean, there's probably somebody that could go. I say you probably get Rondo back and then bring in somebody like.
I think Rondo's just chasing rings at this point, I'll say.
Yeah, but I mean, he's probably chasing rings. He doesn't want to like rebuild with the team. Yeah. He'd do it for money. I don't know. Maybe try to get Paul George after this whole Clippers thing is done.
Man. Yeah. I think he wants to stay in Los Angeles, low key.
He might, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know what he wants, to tell you the truth. He probably wants more money.
I don't blame him.
If they win a ring, I wouldn't. He'd probably try to run it back.
We'll have to see how this curse is looking, but
yeah, we'd have to see how the curse is looking. We'll have to see how Kawhi is looking. But if they can win a ring, I mean, he might try to stay there. But if they don't, I mean, who's to say he won't leave tomorrow?